It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, Dark Pride. I think I told this story before in an earlier episode, but it's definitely worth repeating, especially now. My junior or senior year in college, I was home for spring break and was eating at a Denny's in Humble, Texas with a couple of friends of mine from high school who, it just so happens, are gay. Midway through our dining experience, a drunk redneck solo diner was seated at the table next to us. I didn't think anything of it at first. There were lots of drunk rednecks in Humble back in the day, but my attitude changed quickly once I noticed that every time he interacted with his server, he made rude quips about being gay, homophobic slurs. My friends didn't seem to notice what was going on, and I didn't want to say anything to them because I didn't want to aggravate the situation. So I just sat there wondering if this guy was going to follow us out to the parking lot and beat the shit out of us with a tire iron. I was terrified. Fortunately, nothing happened. No gay bashing for us that day, but for a brief moment I tasted the fear with which the les, gay, bi, trans, queer community deals every day. As we near the end of this year's Pride Month, it is impossible not to observe that there are currently more good reasons to be afraid than I've seen in my adult life. Indeed, the Human Rights Campaign, which is the largest LGBTQ advocacy organization in the country, has declared a nationwide state of emergency for the community. In their statement accompanying the declaration, the HRC notes that over 500 homophobic and transphobic bills have been introduced in various state legislatures, with 75 of them becoming actual laws this year alone, already in June, doubling the total for all of last year. And these laws are particularly brutal for trans people, with transgender bans for sports, bans on gender-affirmative health care for youth, and bathroom bans. But it's not just the government doing this shit. A recently released study from GLAAD and the Anti-Defamation League has cited 356 anti-les, gay, bi, trans, queer incidents in the U.S. last year, from harassment to vandalism to assault. Half of these incidents were associated with the groomer slur. Half of these incidents involved extremist hate groups like the Proud Boys and other neo-fascist organizations. There have been 101 incidents this month alone, doubling last year's Pride Month total. All of these incidents have resulted in 5 deaths and 31 injuries, with more certain to come. When you step back from the trees here and take a look at the entire forest, what we're seeing is a situation not too far afield from what was happening in Germany during the transition from the Weimar Republic to Nazi dictatorship. You got laws being passed, an ever-increasing amount of vile rhetoric infecting the culture, and violence in the streets. The next step for Germany, of course, was sending LGBTQ people to the concentration camps. We're not there yet, but things have gotten bad. Really bad. Now, more than ever, silence equals death, which means that Pride Month is now, more than ever, one of the most important activities in which Americans of conscience can participate. Wave your freak flag, like, all the time. You may very well be saving lives. I'm Ron Reader, and this has been Ron Reader Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reader, again next week for another episode of Ron Reader Digs the Universe.